Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, Chris Piner.
Welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, Chris Piner, and with me in the VTV6 studio today is Debbie Spafford and Megan Smith. We're here to discuss the new Women's Center over at Ashley Regional Medical Center. We've all seen things going on over there, construction and equipment. Something exciting is happening. Who'd like to take it first?
It is exciting, actually.
It is exciting. Now we get to reveal today what it is. Megan, what is happening over there?
So we're actually in the process of building a brand new women's center that will house our labor and delivery unit, a brand new C-section room, which will be new to our unit, which we're really excited about. We'll also be able to start taking care of post-hysterectomy patients in the Women's Center, and that's all going to take place on the first floor of the building. But on the ground floor, it's going to be all the diagnostic services for women. So women that need to come in to have mammography or ultrasound or bone density testing, things like that.
It looks like a pretty significant expansion over there. You're talking about multiple floors. Is it two floors? Is that what it is?
It's three, but we're only building out two right now. The third floor will be shell space for future use.
For future expansion.
For future expansion.
Right, and it's a women's center. Does it have its own name, or is it just part of Ashley Regional?
Just the Women's Center.
Mm-hmm. So is this not being in on things here, of the wrong gender, I guess, today. Is this common, or hospitals have this kind of thing, a specific women's center?
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
any facility.
It certainly sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we're excited about the diagnostics that are going in there. For instance, we're going to have 3D mammography, which is new to this entire area, and if you've seen the difference between a 2D and a 3D picture, you can imagine how much more we'll be able to see, and we'll be able to detect breast cancer a lot quicker. And the very latest software updates for our 4D ultrasound, the sharpness of the pictures of the baby in utero will be unbelievable.
4D?
4D.
4D, what does that mean? What is that? Is there another sense involved there?
I wish I could explain that to you, but
that is incredible.
Yeah, but I can tell you,
you can feel it kicking.
Yeah, the pictures are amazing, aren't they?
They are. They're so much more clear.
I think I've seen some of these. It looks almost like a sculpture, or a full image.
Yep.
That is incredible. Are there? I imagine some comforts also added to the facility.
Yeah, tell me about your new LDRP rooms.
Well, we're really excited about our LDRP rooms. So currently in our labor and delivery unit, we have what we call LDR rooms. So they labor, deliver, and recover in those rooms, and then are moved to a new postpartum room after delivery. Okay. So we're transitioning to LDRP rooms, which will be labor, delivery, recovery, and postpartum. And those rooms are enormous. We're really excited for the amount of space that are going to be available to families as they come in, and
that's a benefit because you're not shifting around. You can just be in the same location.
Get to stay in those locations.
Wonderful.
Right.
Now you had mentioned the comfort I was hinting at. You had told me something prior to filming today, that there may be a little more private space.
Yeah, all the rooms will be private rooms, so that'll be nice.
So there's no one beyond the curtain?
No one's beyond the curtain anymore.
How about that?
Yeah,
we always
really
wonder,
nice.
that mysterious curtain. But that's what I meant by comfort. This sounds like such a wonderful addition to the community, to the hospital.
It is.
And to the general health, right, for women in the area. So what else will be happening? You're going to do an open house then?
February 28th, open house, open to the public from 10 to 2. You can come, we'll take you on a tour, we'll show you everything there is to see, we'll be giving away door prizes every 30 minutes, and we'll have some little refreshments for everybody, and we just want everybody to see how amazing it is.
Are men welcome to come to the open house
Absolutely.
as well? So
We want to come see what comforts they're going to be afforded to when
silly.
they come to the facility.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So, is there a grand opening then of
The
this?
28th.
Same
just the
day.
open house.
So open house, and you'll also begin using it that same.
Probably the next day.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day.
Yeah.
But it's only until 2, and so maybe after 2 something will start happening. Well, how
I
exciting!
don't know. We'll see.
Right, you have to come and find out.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool.
Wonderful. Now, can people just show up for the open house?
Yes.
Absolutely. Anytime between 10 and 2, we'll have nurses there to help give tours and explain the processes and where they will come when they enter the unit, give tours of the nursery and our level 2 NICU, get tours of that, our brand new C-section room, and also all the LDRPs.
Oh, there's a lot more to
have,
talk
so-
about, and you'll be able to get far more detail when you actually go to the open house.
Absolutely.
Well, we want to talk a little bit more about the Women's Center, and we'll do that right after this message. Stay tuned.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Welcome back to Local Point. Before the break, we were discussing the new Women's Center over at Ashley Regional Medical Center. And Debbie, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the size and budget for this project.
So the entire project is $35 million.
Wow.
The Women's Center is a piece of the project.
Right.
That's the actual construction. But we also have a ton of renovation and changes going on within the hospital.
It expands beyond the Women's Center.
Right,
You're
so-
really doing a lot of work.
Yeah, tons actually. Like we just recently completely redid the plant, which doesn't mean a lot to other people, but to those of us who work there, it means a ton. All new air conditioning and heating units and things and pipes, things that have been there since the early 1970s that really needed to be updated.
Right.
Took a lot of time and effort to do that, but now we're getting to the cosmetic stuff. So lots of cosmetic changes, additional office spaces going in, a new laboratory, expanded ER,
Expanded pharmacy.
New HIM, expanded HIM, that's medical records.
These are all happening now.
That will start,
the
yeah.
Women's Center, and there are future phases.
Everything
as-
will be completed by September. September of this year.
Very good.
So the Women's Center kind of kicks off the opening of all the rest of the renovating stuff.
And did I understand correct that beyond that, though, there are other things, or will it all complete in September?
It will all complete in September.
It'll all complete in September, so they're moving fast.
Well, doesn't seem that fast.
It doesn't
to us.
seem that way when you're in the midst of construction, doesn't
No,
it? Yeah, our
it's
hearts go
not.
out to all of you living through remodel and
It's
construction.
been a little
It's
bit
hard.
painful, tight on space, but
It's hard.
I
You
tell
just keep looking forward to what you're getting, and it's going to be so much of an
Right,
improvement.
and we truly appreciate our patients and their patience with our,
Right.
with
the process.
With the process, because it's been a little
A
bit
lot.
noisy at times, yes. And they've been so good and understanding, and we appreciate that.
A medical facility is a centerpiece in any community, and so it's important for us to know. what's going on and to be patient with these updates. It sounds like so many good things are happening. All of this is going to be good for everyone.
Yeah.
Can we get back to the Women's Center,
Yes.
which is really a topic at hand? I want to touch again on the open house that is happening. Megan, when is that again?
So the open house is going to be February 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And the public is invited. Anyone can come?
Absolutely. Anyone can come. They can walk through the new Women's Center and get a good view of what's happened
just show
how
up.
beautiful it truly is.
And it really is kind of a small window, really, just 4 hours there on that day. So if you'd like to see what's happening, what they've been up to, get a little sneak peek and some more information, get there.
That's right, because we're anxious to get in.
Yes, we are.
You are too, and hey, there are door prizes, right? You did mention
That's
that
right.
in the first
Come
half.
win a prize.
I want to talk a little bit more about some of the things that are coming before we run out of time, but there's some improvements or expansion of nurseries.
You bet.
What is that?
We actually have been a level 2B NICU for a few years now. We're lucky enough to have a neonatologist in the area that is able to support and help us to have that available for babies that deliver about 34 weeks gestation and above. We can help to support those babies here so that those families are able to stay at home and not have to travel to the city.
Again,
so that's truly been a
big
blessing to
improvement.
our area. We have wonderful nurses who have great training and who are able to take very good care of those babies.
I love that you're adding all this element of privacy with one person in a room. And what else can you tell me about some of the privacy that we're going to see?
Yeah, I think one thing that's really cool is that we now have a dedicated C-section room in the Women's Center. I mean, in the past, we've done C-sections in our surgical suite. And, you know, if you got an emergency C-section and you're running the person down the hallway, you know, it's not optimal.
Ideal.
It's not ideal. It's not optimal. And in this way, they will be in this nice private area. They'll do the C-sections, all of them, including emergency ones, and then they'll be less than 10 feet from their room. So it's just, you know, and it's a closed unit, so that, you know, you can't get in there unless you have the magic words or whatever we're going to use to get people in and out, like most people do with OB units nowadays, labor and delivery units.
Well, it sounds like you really, through this whole process, have had a focus on what is good for the patient. I love that. At least from an outsider, that's what I'm hearing. I'm grateful that you came today.
Thanks.
And
Thanks for having us.
appreciate you for putting up, tolerating construction. I've been through some of that in the workplace myself, so I know a little bit of what you're going through. I could see, right? Just to breathe. It's almost there.
Yes.
But what a wonderful addition to the community, and we can see we're in good hands with you too. I'm sure there's a whole other team of people that have been working, and so we thank them as well.
Absolutely, and we're excited to have everyone come see it and meet our staff.
February 28th is the open house from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and you can come and see these celebrities there too. Thank you for watching Local Point. Stay tuned for this week's community calendar.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
The Vernal Area Chamber wants to add your business in our network. Create change with various committees. Participate in community events and have a strong business resource behind your company's goals. Learn more at vernalchamber.org.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this week's Community Calendar, brought to you by the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce, building commerce one member at a time. I'm super excited about the weather. But first, let's get into this weekend's schedule. I'm going to tell you about weather in just a second. I'm very excited about it. Okay, Friday and Saturday, we're talking January 19th and 20th. Is your weekend coming up. We don't have a lot going on this weekend, but what we do have going on is Awesome stuff. What we've got is Vernal Theater Live presenting Steel Magnolias. It's going to be running from the 19th all the way through the 27th of January. Not on Sunday, and then not the following Tuesday and Wednesday. But all the rest of the days you can go watch Steel Magnolias. And I got to tell you, it's such a great show. They've put so much time into this, and you have some of the best actresses. Let's be politically correct, shall we? We have some of the best female actors that we've got in the area. Just some wonderful people that have been in a lot of shows around, and they're so good together. This little group of girls, I say girls, women. See, I'm being terrible today. Anyway, go see it. Go to Vernal Theater Live, or is it theater.com? Vernaltheater.com with an R-E at the end of it, and go get your tickets. Or just go down to the theater. It's downtown Vernal, right? Okay, let's move on to next week. That's Monday, January the 22nd through the 28th. We're going to start, though, on the 23rd. What do we got? We got basketball, Basin basketball game happening. VTV6 is going to be providing live coverage. It starts at 7 p.m. This is Duchesne at Altamont. This is kind of a rivalry. These two teams, ooh, who's going to win? So you can watch it on VTVchannel6.com or your Roku channel or Facebook or cable channel 6. Lots of ways to watch it. Or you know what's even better than that? Go to the game. Go support the kids. All right, on to Wednesday, January 27th. Documentary film night happening at the Uintah County Library. They will be featuring the documentary North Face. It's about the 1936 expedition to climb the most dangerous rock in the Alps, the North Face of the, I think it's pronounced Eiger. It's also known as the Murder Wall. It began as a quest for Nazi glory and ended in a fight for survival. It sounds like a really interesting documentary. It's going to be happening at 7 p.m. at the Uintah County Library that night, 24th. All right, also, moving on to Thursday, January 25th, Roosevelt Winterfest is kicking off. A lot of activities happening in Roosevelt. This actually is happening like the 25th, 26th, and the 27th. You got activities including art lessons and bowling, cross-country skiing, if there's snow, and I got some exciting news about that, sledding, a lot more going on. So make sure that you go to their Facebook page by searching Roosevelt Winterfest to learn more about that. Moving on now to Friday, January 26th, we've got another basketball game. This is Delta facing Union High School basketball. Once again, VTV6 is providing live coverage starting at 7 p.m. Where can you watch it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe VTVchannel6.com, or maybe your Roku channel, or maybe Facebook, maybe cable channel 6. Okay, Saturday, January 27th. We've been talking about this event for like 2 full months. It is the Vernal Preparedness Expo happening at the Uintah Conference Center throughout the morning and early afternoon just on the 27th. They got people coming in from all over the place, from other states. There's going to be vendors and speakers giving classes, a whole lot more. We've got our local Cliff Whitmire, who's like an expert in all things preparedness, and he's from here, so he knows how to prepare for our area. You go to vernalprep.com to find out all the information you need to get tickets for it. All kinds of stuff. Also on Saturday, January 27th, we have the Repertory Dance Theater having a performance at the Roosevelt Junior High starting at 4 p.m., so don't miss that. All right, you guys ready for the exciting stuff? Let's move on to the weekend weather, okay? Shall we? Look what we have here. Look what's happening on Saturday. I'm so excited about this. It's the first time all winter long that I can say we're going to have snow, for sure. Well, I'm not really a weatherman, so take that with a grain of salt. But have your salt ready to throw on your sidewalks for all the snow we're going to have. All right, check out your temperatures. You start off with a high of 48 on Friday. It's going to drop down. It's going to keep dropping down throughout next week. But Saturday, best chance for us to have some snow. 90% chance. 90%. I'm so excited about that. That snow could continue on into Sunday and even into Monday. Sunday, you've got about a 20% chance, and then Monday, as we bring in the next graphic, if it does it here for me, there's still like a 10% chance here on Monday. And then coming up again on Thursday, you've got another like 20-30% chance. So we could actually have a little bit of, precipitation, and hopefully it comes in the form of frozen rain or snow, and it stays in the mountains, because heavens knows, I talked to one of my mountain buddies, works for the Forest Service, and he says they're like at 0 to 30% of normal snowpack. So we could really use this, right? All right, looking into next week, you can see, I think that this is a misprint. I do not think that we're going to go from 31 degrees to 54 degrees to 38 degrees. Am I right? Sure. I think that this is actually 34 degrees. I don't think we're doing that thing. So you can see that we kind of go up and down a little bit. Our lows are right in the teens basically all week long. We're going to get to our lowest. I thought, yeah, our lowest was Monday, and then we start to warm back up throughout the week there. All right. Let's look at some of the events you can get your family out to. On February 3rd, it's the Women's Day Out event at the UNA Conference Center. It's supposed to be a really big event. Always have a lot of attendance to that. UB Tech is going to be having their new Higher Skills Workshop happening on February 13th. What we don't have here, right in between these, is a little play. It's a musical called Forever Plaid that's going to be happening at Vernal Theater Live. Oh, it's so good. I'm directing it, and the guys in this sound like $1 million. It's such a good show. Oh, I love it. Anyway, and then after that, after you go see Forever Plaid, of course don't miss UNA High Theater presenting The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, depending on how you want to say it. This is Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's running from March 2nd through the 10th. Of course, that is being directed and choreographed by the Piners, our own Chris Piner and his wife Barbara. And we all know that that is a show. You're not going to want to miss that one. Okay, those are the events we have for this week's community calendar. If you've got an event coming up, please let us know, 435-781-1902, or leave a comment below. Thank you, as always, for watching. And like VTV6 here on Facebook or wherever else you may be watching this. We'll see you here next time. Take it easy.